Hello there, welcome to the Acupuncture Studio. My name is Basil. This is my studio for acupuncture. How may I help you today? Okay, you'd like some acupuncture done. Have you heard of us before here? Yes, the Acupuncture Studio is not like other acupuncture places. In fact, we do acupuncture a little bit differently. Are you aware of that? I just need to make sure. Simply because, we've had a few reviews in the past and they have been less than ideal. But perhaps I would say a bit dramatic. But to each their own. Sometimes people are stupid and people don't understand, and that's okay. It's on them. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get you signed in. Do you have an appointment with us, or are you walking? We do accept walk-ins, absolutely. This is the kind of acupuncture. We are not very, what's the word for it? We're not prestigious, let's say. In fact, we are very small, but we take ourselves very seriously. So if you don't have an appointment and you are a walk-in, I do have to explain to you how things work. And then once everything's understood and you've signed the proper forms, we can go ahead and get started, okay? Okay, so first of all, can I get your name? Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, to begin. So your name is, what did you say? Okay, absolutely. And could I get your address? Okay. Oh, it's a lovely part of town. Okay, and how did you hear about this place? Okay, yeah. No, there's no signage outside. Were you confused? Absolutely. No, there's no signage. Okay. And can I get you... Did you give us your legal name? That's very important. Yes. Okay. Just write a note here. Okay. And what is your pain tolerance? I know acupuncture is not supposed to hurt, but this, like I said before, we do operate a little bit differently. So if you're a little bit squeamish in regards to pain, this might not be the best fit. And you know what? That's totally fine. But it's very expensive and very high class, I must tell you. So. Okay. Well, if we will take it one step at a time. Okay. All right. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and explain to you what we do here. So we do acupuncture, but our founder, bless his heart, he is from a place in the world that is incredibly diverse, incredibly confident, and I'll be honest, probably the smartest people in the world exist in this place, in this island. Yes, of course, I'm talking about England, where I'm from. In all our wisdom, we of course know that acupuncture was, traditionally, in thousands of years before, was, an ancient Chinese, traditional medicine of the ancient Chinese. But, they didn't really do it right over there. No. We have developed the better way to do acupuncture. You see, they try to find key points to put very thin needles so that you don't feel any pain. And it's meant to release tension within the muscle due to all of these very fine points all over it, yes, and these key points. We don't believe in that. No, yes, there are key points, there are stabbings going on, yes, but it is going to be some stabbings. It's going to be some, let's just say, some pain involved, yes, some knives, if you will. And the pain is part of it. They simply they valued life a bit too much. See, we don't value life. Yes, if you die, then it's not that big of a deal. You just couldn't handle it, and tough luck. But if you handle it, if you don't die, then wonderful. You are now stress-free. Your muscles are going to be as relaxed as ever. And you are going to feel such relief because the pain is going to be gone. Yes, of course, I will be inflicting the pain upon you, but also it'll be gone. So, think about the relief at the end of the tunnel, not just the pain that's there. Yeah? Okay, so with that, just a reminder, we are smarter. We know way more, and we definitely are not grifters here. So, and it's a very high class. It's very expensive. That's how you know it works. So, with that, I am going to need to have you sign here. This is basically just a wee form to ensure that we can, if you do die, it's really of your own sort of intellectual incompetence. Yes? Okay. So here you go. That's right. Yes, right there. Here you go. I'll hold it for you right there. And then here is a pen for you to sign. Lovely signature. Okay. With that, we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and give you just a little bit of some product to ensure that you are... Oh, of course, I'm not going to ask you where you're feeling the most stress. It's obviously your face. I'm just... Look at you. I mean, to be honest, you look like you've stepped off of... Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where the rest of that sentence was going to go. In fact, looking at you makes me feel like I have gotten good sleep because you look seriously deranged. So I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to make sure that you have a good amount of product on to ensure a proper stabbing. Okay, so let's go ahead here. I'm just going to get some product. Okay, and then there we go. Just some quick product here to make sure you are nice and okay. Some more product. Yes, this is our own formula. I've worked here for a very, very long time. We haven't actually been here for very long, but we haven't. I have been here since the start. The owners, they are fabulous people. I believe, they're very old, I will say, but they're very smart and very wise. Okay. Yes, absolutely. And, I believe they're the main contributors to the British Museum, and everybody loves the British Museum, Everything that's there is definitely theirs. So, okay. Okay. So, with that done, let's go ahead and get started. So, I'm getting a sense that you may be a little bit worried about the pain level. So, we're going to start small, and we're going to work up to the more painful acupuncture procedures. Okay? All right. So, first, very simple, little needle. Now, we don't believe in keeping the needle in. Yes, it's a foreign body. It has bacteria. It's really not a good. It's not a good look. So, what we do instead is we just put it in and take it out, and we watch, right? We want to see if a clot forms, just to ensure that you are able to heal properly. And after that, I will continue to do so. Key points, but if clots form too fast, then I'm going to have to break them with other things. So, we're trying to look for someone who is on an average, you can form good clots, but you don't excel at it, So, anyway, are you ready to get started? Okay, perfect. So, let's go ahead here and right in the forehead. I'm going to do a few in the forehead first, okay? Because you have some wrinkles, you have some stress, I can see it. So just, okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yes, I'm seeing, some blood droplets. That's perfect. That's wonderful. And I'm going to go down the nose, okay? Okay. Okay. And just to the side of the nostrils. And then over here. And, okay. Now I'm going to do the cheeks down into the chin. Okay? This is just a start, okay? Okay, and then now the other side. Yeah, see, it's not that painful right now. It's a little painful, I'm sure, but it's really not that bad. Okay. Okay, perfect. Absolutely. All right, so say goodbye to this lovely fella because we're not going to see him again. All right, so next what we're going to do are these two, yeah? They are twins. What we're going to do here is they are going to work into the holes that I've just created. I'm going to go in there and just dig a little bit, because really one of the fatal flaws of traditional acupuncture is that they put it in and, they don't get in there, like think of a zit that you're trying to get the pus out. This is the same thing, right? Except that we're doing it all over. So you want to get in there and you really want to massage the tension, yeah? So since these are two that are very similar, what we're going to end up doing, dual wield, and what that will do is that I'm able to go in with one and the other and spread out the tension. All right, so with the tension spread out, we'll be able to ensure that the pain is not too much, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead here. And okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm doing the forehead right now. Wonderful, wonderful. You are taking it brilliantly. Okay. Yeah. See, it's about now that people would start to regret the decisions, but I'm seeing that you are not regretting it. So I can tell you're going to be a wonderful customer. Absolutely. And you're not losing enough blood to pass out, which I think is a very good sign for your survival. Yes, indeed. Okay, so now down the nose. Okay. Yes. And then I'm going to spread out here. And go over here. And then I'm going to go here. And then here. And then over here. And here. By any chance, do you have a will written? A shame. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Ah, so red, so bloody. It is truly a wonder how our acupuncture works. But it is truly, you are going to be impressed, I promise you. Okay, so now that we've done the easy bits, let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of the, I'll say it's the intermediate portion, right? So, oh, did you want to know what the prize was? We'll talk about that later. So, we're going to get started here. So, what is this? This is a knife, but it's a simple letter opener, right? It's pretty dull. It's pretty, it's for opening letters. But we have repurposed these. This is now for acupuncture. Now, how this is going to work is that now that you have very massaged points on your face that are blooming with, relaxation, wonder and blood, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a connection between one and the other. I'm not necessarily going to be piercing the skin too much. The idea is we're going to be like a letter. We're going to be opening each point, almost like I'm giving you one of those puzzles where it's a bunch of different points and you just have to connect it. Exact same. Okay? So, are you ready to get started? Well, you have no choice. Let's go ahead then and start here. So I'm going right here. And then I'm just going to... Okay, and then I'm just going to take it back. And here. Again there. See, this is just your forehead again. And you'll notice I'm going in the same order. Forehead to nose to cheek to chin. That is very important. You do not want any point to get too comfortable, right? So, okay. I'm just going to go down the nose. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the nostrils. So one here, and then one here. Okay, and then the cheek. Okay. Okay, and then over here, this cheek. I'm going to connect it to the jaw, go down. Oh, perfect, perfect. I can see it working. Yeah, wonderful. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to... I saw a little bit of an issue. It's not a big deal, but I'm just going to come in here real quick. Okay. Yes, your skin is perfect, actually. No issues at all. Are you a bit concerned? No, truly, you do not have to worry. You know, I certainly am not slowly trying to take your face off. It's really not. It's not anything like that. It's purely acupuncture based. And otherwise, if I was trying to take your face off for some reason or another, you need to understand that I would not be damaging your face as much. And of course, it's not damage. It's relaxation. So, you know, many problems with what you're talking about right now. Okay, next, we're going to use a butter knife. Now, but right now, your face is the consistency of butter. So this butter knife is really going to work its magic. But this is, again, acupuncture. We're not going to be poking in with the butter knife. We have a few more tools that is going to be for that. This is for spreading, right? This is a butter knife, so we want to use the tools the way that they are intended to be used. And its intention is for spreading. So what we're going to do is take some of that blood that you are currently sort of getting everywhere. You know, it turns out your clot formation is perhaps not great. So I am going to just spread the blood all around, like a nice little facial. Have you heard of the vampire facial? Well, it's free of charge here. So we're just going to spread the blood around, get it nice and gooey all around your face. And it's honestly, it's filled with nutrients and iron, you know, depending on the person. But I assume you have iron in your blood? Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, so just... There we go. Oh, wonderful. Honestly, look at that. It's such a nice sheen of blood here. And what that does is that later, when I get into the proper acupuncture, because right now, you know, you're feeling the relaxation, but think about what it's going to feel like once I really get in there with a real knife. It's going to be amazing. I promise you. Okay. So. Okay. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Look at that. Oh. And see, this is where the eyes come in, because I'm going to get that blood and really cover the eyes. So make sure to close your eyes right now. Just give it a nice close. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some of the blood over your eyes. I'm sure it's a bit stinging. It stings a bit. I'm almost positive, but it's really part of the process. I do have a question though, something that I did not ask you earlier. Do you have anything on your schedule that would conflict with the next perhaps week to 2 weeks of your life? Well, the way I phrase it like that is because if you do survive, your face might have, due to the amount of relaxation that you're having, it might be a bit difficult for people to witness just how much relaxation you've had. That's going to be out of jealousy, right? And you'd think that it would cause people to come here and be curious and perhaps even get it done on themselves. But honestly, we get a lot more complaints. So I'm just saying, if you plan on any first dates, if you plan on any important meetings, any family events, any weddings, funerals, anything like that, a funeral might be okay, although, you might, touch and go there. The case being, try to stay clear of other people for a bit, okay? All right. And I'll be honest. I like my job. This is very fun. I mean, what other job gets to spread such joy and relaxation to its customers through stabbings? I mean, honestly, I've always had a penchant for stabbing. The first stabbing I've done, I was 5 years old, and there was this one child that really annoyed me. They would just constantly blabber at me about something or another. Honestly, it was really hard for me to pay attention. But I found a crayon that was particularly sharp, and I was like, it might be relaxing for me if I were to do something about that. But unfortunately, I did chicken out, so I ended up putting it in my own leg. But, it was very relaxing for me. I'll tell you that. So. Okay. All right. So, we have spread the blood around. So now it's time for the main stabbings. We've got a very wonderful knife. So, with this, it's pretty sharp, but it also has a nice clean blade all the way across, yes? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to poke and then slice. Poke and slice, okay? Very simple, very easy. And what's going to happen is the slicing is going to really get in there, and it's going to shoo away all of that tension. It's very, and I've tried it. It's very good. It's very, very good, okay? So, are you ready? Okay, alrighty. So, I'm going to start with the forehead. Ready, and slice. Okay. Once more, ready, and slice. Ready, and slice. Ready, and slice. Okay, and slice. And slice. And slice. And then I'm going down the nose now. And slice. And slice. And going down the nose. And slice. And slice. Ah, very good. And slice. Now at the nostrils. And slice. And slice. Cheeks. And slice. Okay, and the chin. Okay. And then lastly, this is the magnum opus of the acupuncture studio. Obviously, it's not particularly sharp on this end. It's mainly sharp on this end. What's going to end up happening is that I'm just going to cleave. I mean, let's just say it, right? I'm going to get in there. I'm just going to fine chops, just very, very fine, very small chops, like mincing garlic, or very finely sliced spinach, that sort of thing. And think about the spinach in that instance. I mean, the spinach must be very relaxed. So, or the basil. The basil must be very relaxed. Okay. Regardless, let us go ahead and get started. It's going to be very quick and painless, and I'll be honest, this is partially where you might pass out. That's totally fine. It's very normal. And if you do, we will take care of you for a little bit of extra money, okay? And we will, of course, be looking through your wallet just to make sure that you have the money. So, all right, you ready? Okay. There we go. Look at you. Handling it like a champ. Okay, so just the forehead here, and down the nose, the nostrils, the cheek, the chin, and let me get the jaw as well. Yes. Now I want to make sure that I get it really nice and thinly chopped here. Okay? Okay, very good, very good. Very good indeed. A little bit more. Wonderful. Very, very good. Okay, so you are still with us. Fabulous, fabulous. So with that will be the entire acupuncture. So since you did sign this, you are authorized to pay us for an amount of £2 million. I mean, it's really, inflation has been hard on all of us, I will say. And then once that is done, you can go ahead and leave. Yes, I'm sure you're very relaxed right now, and a bit, your mind might be a bit foggy. So, just the 2 million, and of course, it's really not, it's not customary here in England, but, we did, of course, start in America, so we do ask for tips here. I know, it's really a crazy tipping culture has gone insane. So, but, because it's an American country, we do have to ask for tips. And of course, it starts at 20% and goes up to 40%, okay? Okay, so make sure to sign right here, authorizing the payment. Wonderful. Okay. With that, you are good to go. Okay. Well, have a fabulous day.